is giving us the webinar.
Yes, hello, Arshit. Yeah, the connectivity is lost maybe. Uh, so yes. Yeah, are you ready? Yeah. Yes, Arshit.
Yes, ma'am. I'm working there under the assistant zonal executive. It means I'm working under Mr. Anush Kumar, who is the assistant general manager in Exide Life Insurance. So he is giving us webinar and discusses all the facts and figure out how to deal with the customer or how to influence them to take on to just pursue any kind of insurance for their benefit. And this is going to be a very good for our career, and this would build great for our achievements and all.
So, what are you expecting from this?
Ma'am, actually, I have joined the internship for 4 or 5 days, so I have not got just much many learnings that, but in the 4 or 5 days, I have just learned about many things like what basically an insurance is and how it will help in the future, upcoming future, how it will just help an individual for developing their growth and all things. So they provide me the knowledge of how to tackle with the customers, means the customer's question that they usually do the some cross questions from the assistant that why should I offer go for an insurance, and these are all the things. So just they are giving the concept that how to answer these questions and how to just influence them for purchasing any kind of insurance for their life, and so, and I think this could be a great benefit for our career development.
Yeah, definitely, because it's all about persuasive communication. Now, how well you can convince people to see things the way you are seeing it. So,
They first told us to be calm with all the customers, don't to become anger in front of any customer. So first they told that customers are the god for us, means if they are, then we are. So they told to just be very calm and peaceful in front of them.
when I was teaching this customer care and how to influence people and how to handle customers. So there is one blast, BLAST. What is that? What is this blast? Uh, blast is B stands for believe. Believe in your customer. If they are saying something, listen to them. Believe in them. Be believing. Listen to your customers. Believe, listen. A stands for apologize if you have said anything which they might have offended them in any way whatsoever. You might be unaware, but if anything goes wrong somewhere, maybe in the long run, and maybe in your communication, there might be some misunderstanding. So apologize, believe, listen, A for apologize, and T, the last T is thank. Always thank your customers. If you want to win uh, your customers, if you want to win favors from them, if you want to be at your convincing best, you have to follow this blast all your life. People who will be going into marketing, people who are going into any kind of thing, any customer complaint coming, you cannot be angry with them. It is true. You cannot throw your temper. You cannot even show your emotion, even if you're very angry with them. It is possible. People can become very annoyed with customers, and customers can really be very annoying at times. But you do not have to show emotions. You do not have to show the customer that you are angry. Never show you're angry. Never show your anger. So the blast will take you forward in everything, like customer care and handling them, handling customers. Blast. Believe. Believe your customers. If they are saying something which even if you do not want to believe, on their face value, believe them. Okay. Even if your gut feeling is saying, no, he's somewhere he's wrong and he cannot convince me and he cannot say whatever he's saying is right. And I'm not going to follow the rule that customer is God. And वो गलत बोल रहा है और I'm not going to believe this. And I'm not going to take this by this story. आप वो नहीं कर सकते. You cannot do this. Believe in them. See their point of view. So blast, believe, listen, apologize for anything which you might have said, somebody else might have said in your office, in your organization. Own responsibilities, apologize for the group, and always thank your customers. If you want a lifetime connectivity with your customers, so blast is one thing which I still remember. I remember learning it and I remember teaching it also. So I said, with the customers and you, it's the blast. So, ma'am, what is blast? Blast it off, finish it off. No. Blast. So this is how we have learned, and this is how we teach. Like blast it off for lifetime, for lifelong connectivity. Blast. Toshi, you're very like, what are you thinking? Like, what were we talking about this just now?
I'm about blast.
What is blast? How far do you agree with this? Since Harshit brought up this topic, like he said, we should never be angry with our customers. So this thing propped up, the pop-up is there. Blast. I remember, blast. What is blast, Toshi, and how far it will be beneficial for you and the customer? For you on the whole, I'm not saying when you, I'm saying about your organization. You are representing your organization. When I say you, I mean the whole unit. If I say I'm saying this, it means CIMAGE is saying this. Right? So I'm representing CIMAGE when I'm speaking, when I'm taking classes. I offer any teacher whatsoever. So what is this blast and how are you? How do you agree with this? Why are you turned upside down now? Why are you sideways? Toshi? Yeah, better. हाँ बताइए blast क्या है?
Mom, that dealing with customer properly and don't be angry with them.
Don't give me that गोलमाल जवाब. What is this blast? BLAST क्या है? जवाब बताइए. And why should we believe the customer? Why should we listen to the customer? Why should we apologize? And why should we thank? Come on, give me the answer.
Ma'am, because we have to believe customer, we have to treat them properly.
Why?
We have to listen them. Listening doesn't mean only hearing, but understand them what they are speaking.
But why? Why should we believe them? Why?
Ma'am, because customer is king, and if there is customer, then only our business exists.
And we are, as an organization, we are the queen. So the connectivity has to be there, no? The king and the queen connectivity. This is what you want to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So for long-term continuation, so to keep this ties connected, we have to believe them. Right? Yes. Why apologize? Why listen?
Ma'am, because listening is very important. Listening doesn't mean only hearing, but understanding their problem.
Yeah, understanding. Listening actually is understanding.
And apologize if there is any mistake. And if there is not at all any mistake, then also apologize if customer is feeling bad.
And when we are speaking, we don't say I am sorry, because if any Tom, Dick, and Harry in the organization has said something, like if somebody is annoyed and somebody crashes out, or somebody in school loses his temper, X, Y, Z. But then when you are at your convincing best, you will always, yes, we heard about it and we are extremely sorry for that. क्या आता है सॉरी बोलने में? कुछ भी नहीं आता है. It happens so many times. We've seen this. People coming, parents coming, and very agitated. We send them away in a very nice, cool manner. There was one student who had come, one parent who had come. मैंने से वो पढ़ा हुआ है जीपीएस का, इतना अच्छा पढ़ रहा है, उसको इंग्लिश में कैसे इतना कम नंबर आया? और मैं मान नहीं सकता हूँ, वो तो इतना अच्छा इंग्लिश में, इंग्लिश इतनी अच्छी है, इंग्लिश इतनी अच्छी उसकी, और अच्छा ग्रेड भी आया है, डीपीएस का पढ़ा हुआ लड़का है, और अभी वो बच्चा पढ़ ही रहा है यहाँ पे, ही स्टडिंग इन बीसीए फोर्थ सेम इज राइट नाउ। उसके पेरेंट्स बहुत ही अपसेट होकर के आते हैं, बोले कैसे वो इंग्लिश में इतना कम नंबर कैसे लाया? तुम क्यों गए? आप नाम बताइए उसका। जब नाम उसने कहा तो मैंने साथ पूरा कच्चा चिट्ठा निकाल दिया उसका। इंग्लिश जानना, इंग्लिश बोलना बड़ी बात नहीं है, ठीक है, बोलता इंग्लिश अच्छा हम भी जानते हैं, बीच क्लास में हमने उससे क्लास लिया था, वेरी गुड इंग्लिश, फ्लॉलेस इंग्लिश बोलता है, तो कहीं एरर उसकी इंग्लिश में है ही नहीं कहीं पे, बट दैट इज नॉट इनफ। कंटेंट कहाँ है उसका? कंटेंट ही नहीं है, सवालों का जवाब नहीं दे पाया, स्टाइल व्हाट आर द टाइप्स ऑफ लेटर्स नहीं कर पाया, वो व्हाट इज पैराफ्रेजिंग नहीं वो बयान नहीं कर पाया, he could not answer any of the question which was asked, so he got very low grade, like उसको 20 में हमने उसको 4 मार्क्स या 5 मार्क्स दिया था हमने, and similarly Persuasive was handling half part and half I was handling, when he had given 4-5, I mean I had given 4-5, because even grammar section was like hopeless and he had not studied at all, सामने कुछ आ गया, वो लोग बहुत नाराज होकर के आए थे कि आप लोग ऐसी कैसे मार्क्स दे देते हैं, कैसे आप पढ़ते भी ये है कि आप लोग नहीं, कि बच्चा बहुत अपसेट है कि हमको कैसे कम। आई कॉल, उनके सामने ही मैंने उसके बुलाया, उसको मैंने पूछा फिर कि how many classes have you missed, Rahul, can you tell me? He said these days ma'am I'm not I was not able to come to class. Why? उसके पेरेंट्स फिर बाद में कहते हैं ये रात भर पबजी खेलता है, ये करता है, वो करता है, यहाँ पर सामने बात आ गई, क्योंकि अब नाराज होके आप सिमेज पे आ रहे हैं कि कम नंबर कैसे आया, पहले आप देखिए तो बच्चा क्या कर रहा है। यू कैन नॉट जस्ट गो एंड ब्लेम द टीचर। वो बिल्कुल नाराज होकर के आते, मुझे इंग्लिश के फैकल्टी से बात करनी, कैसे इतना नंबर। तो कस्टमर ठीक है, वी कन्विंस्ड। I told him yes, Rahul is बहुत अच्छा है और presentations भी काफी देता आ रहा है क्लास में, and he used to speak really well. But then that even I was surprised. I told him I was really surprised, बहुत surprised भी हुए कि पढ़ाई नहीं करेगा तो क्या होगा। So then they were convinced and they said, okay ma'am, अभी आप उसको ध्यान दीजिएगा और कोशिश कीजिएगा कि वो क्लास में पढ़े और थोड़ा हेल्प कर दीजिए कि I'm fine, तो हम लोग करेंगे, that is why we are here for. So believe them. अगर वो कह रहे हैं कि my son is very good, I have to believe him, ठीक है। अगर हम नहीं भी करते, अगर वो नहीं भी बोला होता क्लास में, फिर भी हम बोल देते कि हाँ यस, हम मानते हैं आपका बच्चा अच्छा, believe them, not for their satisfaction, for your mental peace. Yes, you have sent one customer. Once our parents are the customers, I know. So they have to be very happy. They have to be happy about everything. You have to believe them when they are saying something. And of course, apologizing is something which is, if anybody has said anything, anybody in the organization, you have to take responsibility and apologize. And we have heard about it, and we are looking into the matter. And it's not going to happen again. We rest assured. We would like to assure you that this won't be repeated again. And we're extremely sorry for that. क्या जाता है, आप भी खुश, वो भी खुश. That's it. And thanks. वो पेरेंट्स जब उठ के जाने लगे तो ब्लास्ट तो दिमाग में रहता है, ब्लास्ट। जैसे कंप्लेनिंग एटीट्यूड लेके कोई आता है, कोई पेरेंट, कोई एनीबडी, that blast is always there in my mind.
I mean, blast, what does S stands for?
Huh?
I mean, blast, what does S stands for? S.
Okay. Believe, B, L, listen, A, apologize, S, satisfy. Satisfy the customer. How will you satisfy the customer? With your communication skills. यहीं पर आपको कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स आपका आता है काम, और आपका sense of presence of mind काम आता है. You may be very angry at the customer. He is very angry. It is but natural to be angry. But no, satisfy them with your answers. Yeah, we will look into it. Don't worry, don't worry. We are there for you. You are parents at home, we are parents in CIMAGE. इसी बात में तो दे ओके हाँ फिर वो लोग तो खुश हो जाते हैं चलो ठीक है. Satisfy your customers. So blast, believe, listen, apologize, satisfy, and thank them. And they were leaving, I stood up. Thank you so much for coming and please come again. So क्या होता है? You are creating a goodwill for yourself, for the organization, for everything. And being human matters. Being humane also matters. Be kind. People have taken out time. The person must have taken leave from his office to come and see you. And they were so upset about it, right? So you have to consider people, isn't it? Oh, it was a long discussion. So let us get back to communication में तो कहीं ना कहीं connect हो जाता है ना कहीं पर तुम कुछ भी बोलो it shows a picture. So we were talking about organizational styles of writing, the approaches of communication, which was the direct approach, which means conveying good news. When you can convey good news coming your way, please write, Toshi, if you're working under me, I'll tell you, okay, Toshi, you write a direct approach message to Mr. Rahul, Mr. Abhishek, and Mr. Prashant. You may write a direct approach letter telling them that their job was appraise them for their job well done. Write a direct approach and write an indirect approach to Suniti, Kanishka, and Surbhi. Write an indirect message, indirect letter that they should be why they have not met their deadlines. So if this continues, we will not be able to entertain them further. तो क्या अगर तुमको नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, अगर तुमको अगर तुमने नहीं पढ़ा हुआ है तो तुमको पता नहीं चलेगा. अब बॉस तो तुमको ऑर्डर देके चले जाएंगे. Now Toshi will start thinking, what is a direct approach? क्या लिखना है उसमें? What is indirect approach? मुझे क्या लिखना है? तब तो हो गई छुट्टी. गूगल सर्च पता ही नहीं चलेगा, गूगल भी नहीं बता पा रहा है. ये हर बार के जो स्टूडेंट था वो क्वेश्चन हाँ आई गूगल इट. गूगलिंग इट इज फाइन, रेफरेंस के लिए ठीक है. अगर पूरी कोर्स तुम गूगल इट करके कर लोगे then God only can save you, right? So let's talk about it. The direct, the indirect, and the persuasive approach without wasting any further time. I'm sharing the content. You can note down the necessary details so that it will be easy for you to understand in the long run. Sorry, this is it. Can you see the screen? Of course. The organizational plans for business letters. So these are the used for and situations also is given over here. So direct approach. First, write the definition of what is direct approach, what is indirect approach, and what is IDA. AIDA. We discussed in the last class what is IDA, which is what is IDA? Attention, A for attention, I for interest, D for desire, and A for action. We'll come to this later. Let us do the direct and the indirect first. So the direct approach, it is used for that do not require convincing. When you are convinced, it means good news messages. You are already convinced. We do not need to convince you. Direct approach, or in short, it's good news messages. So the direct approach is used for generating good news messages. And what will be the situations?
Ma'am, suppose I am recruited.
Yes. If you are recruited and if you are getting a good direct approach. If you are recruited, you are selected. So direct approach can be used for situations, can also be for complaints and claims. If you want to complain, if you want to claim something which is in your favor. For appointments, reservations, requests, orders, requests for action, inquiries about goods, people. In a nutshell, it's all about good news. Good news about hiring, about credit, about claim, other good news. Anything, any message which makes you feel good.
Ma'am, complain and claims. ये तो good
You have
news
to
में
make
नहीं
a
आएगा ना.
complaint. Yes, the books which you sent were damaged. So I would like to make a complaint. I would like to change, or I would like to claim anything which is in your favor. Like you've ordered something which you have not found, which you do not find it satisfying. You can request for a claim, complain, and claim. Now the indirect approach or bad news messages. Messages that gives news favorable to unfavorable to the reader. Unfavorable to the reader, which nobody likes listening to. For example, if you're writing to me for claims and complaints, and you have written to me for claims, and I refuse it. I refuse your claim. I refuse credit. I decline your proposal. I decline your services and favors. Any negative news and situations that it is used for, any kind of negative news about orders, turned down applicants, or other bad news. And now the good news, the direct, the indirect approach, and now the IDA. I'll give you a complete lesson on IDA. I have it. I have made the content. So A stands for action, and this is a persuasive or request approach. The third is when you're persuading, when you're requesting, when you want to see people see things your way, when you want to convince, like sales, like requests for help, favors, donations, cooperation, special privileges, exceptions to company policy and warranties. like anything which is falls under requests, which needs persuasion, which any proposal for any favor, donation, request, leave sanctioning, loan sanction, cooperation of any kind, like people do in offices, like special privileges, also request for special privileges, exceptions to company policies and warranties. So especially it happens in you persuade, you use the persuasive approach in sales. You want the buyer to see things your way. So persuasive communication is always making an effort so that the customer will see things your way. So here you have to use the blast, the believing, the listening, and everything that goes with it. Of course, you're not apologizing when you are requesting for any kind of help or any favor from the organization. So these were the three approaches: the IDA, persuasive approach, indirect, the bad news message, and direct approach, the anything which goes in your favor, any news which brings a smile on your face. So any news which brings a smile on your face, direct approach. Any news which make you feel bad, which brings a frown on your face, indirect approach. And when you're at your convincing best to be convincingly persuasive, use the IDA. Now let us talk about IDA. A stands for when you try to convince someone, you try to attract the person. A stands for attention. A also stands for you would like to gain attention from the customers. You would like to attract them, gain attention, attraction, attention. You would like to arouse that interest in them. Why would anybody listen to you? क्यों कोई सुनेगा आपकी बात? You have to arouse that interest. Without which, why would anybody listen to you? If there is no interest, nobody is going to listen to you. So first you have to arouse, attract attention. And then you'll have to arouse interest in them. And after interest, there has to be desire. D for desire. The desire. What is desire? When you want to buy something, you have to need it. You have to desire it. You have to want it. And when you desire it, you take action. Now, these were the three approaches, and the process. How do you start it? कैसे आप लिखेंगे? When you're writing a direct approach, start with the main idea. Whatever is your main idea. Like start with a request, like please send me your latest catalog. Good news. Good news, your loan is approved. Start with this. The moment the person will see this, please send me your latest catalog, they'll feel happy. Okay, the person is interested for the latest catalog. This means business. And if you get and if you're starting with the letter, starting with good news, your loan is approved. Any good news messages should start in a very pleasant manner. And now, how are you going to start the bad news? The indirect approach. Do not go directly. Buffer it. The good news, you start with the main idea. Go directly. Like, your loan is sanctioned directly. Right? And in bad news, buffer it. Give yourself time to write. Give the person time to think. Start with appreciation. Like, thank you for your letter. Your letter should always be positive, even when you're writing a bad news, an indirect approach. You can start with an appreciation like, thank you for your letter, or you can start with, you are right to expect good service. You're right to expect good service. We understand that you have the right. You have the right to expect good services. But unfortunately, we would like to say that. Toshi, this is going in your WhatsApp group today. I'm telling you every day, but I'm not sending. This will go because this is really important. No, the others are also important, but then once I'm done with, I'm going to share this with you. और ये जरूरी भी है बिकॉज आप उसको देख के आप समझेंगे पढ़ेंगे कैसे लिखा जाता है यहाँ पर दिया हुआ गाइडलाइंस भी दिया हुआ है सो दिस गोइंग टू बी अ ग्रेट हेल्प सो बैड न्यूज कैसे कहना है गुड न्यूज डायरेक्ट बोल देना गुड न्यूज यू आर सेलेक्टेड and bad news appreciation thank you for the interview that you had last week we appreciate that you would like to work in our company we appreciate your interest for working in our company but unfortunately we get to say that तो स्टार्ट करने का भी तरीका होता है even if it's a bad news you cannot say you're hired you're fired you can't do that this is a business world and everything counts every word that you're going to write in the letter counts short of that so there are immense ways different ways how you can start the letter thank you for your letter other positive openings which I just told you you're right to expect good services. You have the right to expect good services from us. But unfortunately, we get to say that. Anyways, and now the convincing letter, the IDA. Attract the reader's favorable attention. Right? No, you will not be paying higher taxes this year. Attract them. This is where communication skills come in handy. How well you can write, how attractive or how creative you can be. Like you see so many ads, if not now, never. आप उसको पढ़ते हैं. I believe I'm sure you have not gone through this in your life. Once in a lifetime opportunity. कि वे सब कैप्शंस आप देखते हैं तब इमीडिएटली पढ़ने लगते क्या चीज है भाई इफ नॉट नाउ नेवर अभी नहीं तो कभी नहीं so these are the convincing lines this you will have to learn by writing like a convincing letter somebody is starting with no you will not be paying higher taxes this year this is convincing कि आपको टैक्सेस पे नहीं करना दिस ईयर हायर टैक्सेस नहीं पे करना दिस फेयरली इज कन्विंसिंग I wish we could have more time but then then there's the explanation start with and then what you have to do the entire process is given over here we'll continue reading this in the next class and I'll make you write. Why don't you start writing? Because if you do not write like maths and business English and writing skills, you have got to write to improve. You have got to write. आपको लिख लिख के करना होगा. And I think I'm going to start this in all the other classes also that I'm taking. because and I'm regretting it. I should have done this in the first semester when I was taking a class, but unfortunately in the syllabus it was not there, and I did not rectify the syllabus this year. Otherwise, if I get a chance, I'm going to edit the entire. I'm going to include this in your syllabus of the second semester. So this really is important, what I feel. Now, all right. I need to take your attendance now. What is this? Oh, yes, A for awareness also. But here A is for attraction. You have to attract the reader. You have to attract your customer. Make them aware. They can stand for anything. Like A for the first A is attention. Attention, attracting. Okay. Please stay back because I need to take your. Do you have a class at 5? Hello? Do you have a class, Toshi, at 5 o'clock?
मैम कॉलेज का क्लास नहीं है पर अपना क्लास है.
अभी क्लास है आपका?
सर मैम एक्चुअली आई एम प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर क्लैट तो मेरा क्लास है वहाँ 5 बजे से.
चलिए, okay. I'm going to take your attendance. I'll just take 2 minutes more.